We are Pia Orlean
and Cullen Baird Smith,
bringing wisdom from the stars through our Pleiadian friends, Laarkmaa. Hello, dear ones. We are Laarkmaa, and we are here to support you on your evolutionary journey. This is an amazing and somewhat unstable time that you are existing in. We want to support you as you take step by step, moment by moment, your movement through these particular times. This particular month or periods of energy you will be experiencing in what you call February, our 13-day Pleiadian Earth energy periods. The next two will be very full of boundaries dissolving, tumultuous change. There's a shift in the air. There's something that you can feel on the horizon of something's coming, something's coming. And indeed, you are also experiencing moments where you may feel joyous for no particular reason, expectations of something bigger than what you can imagine, all kinds of good things interlaced with overlaying feelings of sometimes fear, which you have to work with, sometimes anxiety, sometimes feelings of uncertainty or confusion. Mary Magdalene always says, "Fear not." We recognize that this type of uncertainty can stir up any remaining fears that are within your system from parallel lives as well as this one. So we support you as you move away from fear and into the energy of love. And we remind you that fear is always the opposite of love and it inhibits trust. The unfolding of your evolutionary process, both individually and collectively, is accelerating. That means that old patterns will be falling away, dying away, dissolving, disappearing. This means your structures in the outer world, whether it is a governmental structure or a religious structure, even family structures, all kinds of structures may be falling apart right now. Rather than being dismayed, overwhelmed, or frightened by these changes, we ask you to expand your perspective, open your heart, and imagine, well, what is this bringing to me? When the old falls away, what is the new that is arising? Do not fail to take advantage of opportunities to use your imagination and trust that you can participate in co-creating what comes next. You have been reminded for many years now that you are living on a planet of choice, and many of you feel you have no choices in what occurs in your lives. But the biggest choice that you have is maintaining a higher vibration or higher frequency and choosing to accept whatever comes with gratitude and grace, trusting that whatever it is opening you for a higher and better experience. Yes, it may be perceived as loss, but loss is only an illusion when you recognize and perceive correctly that you are part of the greater reality. You are not simply your human form, nor are you your thoughts and beliefs, nor are you your feeling state, whether it is blissful or just your emotions combined. You are a larger energy, a stardust who is here in human form, a divine spark of light, here to bring more light to this planet as she ascends and to assist in the ascension process yourself. So every choice you make and how you respond rather than react, how you choose for the highest good of all, how you drop away from your belief systems, and how you open your heart moment by moment with gratitude and acceptance as you take back your power to make positive changes. Every one of these choices makes a difference, and it ripples out into the world. You will be feeling, as we said earlier, some confusion around these energies because you are accustomed to the world being a certain way and patterns either growing or falling away in a certain order. That is not necessarily going to be true any longer, and you will see a lot of that in this month of February, which will accelerate even more in March. So this is your practice ground this month to remember every time you feel like the rug is yanked out from under your feet to say, yippee, we're going on a ride to find something different. Immediately, find your calm place within your heart. Keep yourself from reacting. Breathe deeply and say, I trust whatever this new arising situation or whatever the old circumstance that has just fallen away or been taken from me is a doorway, a portal, an opening to a higher frequency experience. You are light beings. You are in human form. But as we said a moment ago, your human form is not by any stretch all that you are. This is why you are drawn to listening to us. You recognize that we are Star Family. You recognize that we are here to support you, and your hearts long for that feeling of unity, belonging, family, comfort, security, knowingness that everything is okay, beauty all around you, community, abundance. These are realities of the greater reality. The illusion you have of poverty, hunger, war, pain, separation, competition, all the things that are in a painful place of your experience are part of the illusion of the old paradigm. And because you are playing in this field of energy, they feel very, very real to you. But you are not only these things. They are such a small part of who you are as a larger being. And it is so important for you now to make the choice every time you feel something has changed suddenly and disoriented you to say, okay, I will let go of my belief that this means that, or that something definite is going to occur because it always has in the past, or that I'm losing something because that's what loss feels like. All of these thoughts, all of these beliefs, all of these old paradigm experiences that have been very real for you and your human experience are to be let go of and embrace the unknown. This is where courage is required. This is where curiosity is required. This is where connection with one another, those of you who know and trust that you're moving forward on the ascension path, this is where this all occurs. This is the moment after moment, for you to have opportunities to truly remember who you are. Connection, community, all of the things you long for are forthcoming, but they are not here yet. So you must make the effort to connect with those who know the larger truth as you do, and fall away from connection with those who are limited by their strong beliefs in the old paradigm and the way things should be or the way things were. What should be and what were no longer matters, for it is out of the scope of your consciousness now. What should be is arriving. What is for your highest good is coming soon. What is for your abundance, your connection, your moving into your future self, all of these energies are here for you. And yes, there will be great times of moving through things that you just don't know which way to turn, what to do, or what not to do. We say to you, when these moments arise, take a deep breath, let it out, move into a place of calm within your heart, and recite to yourself in whatever words you choose, I trust this unfolding is for the highest good of all, and I am honored to be of service at this time. Let me be a vehicle of service for the highest good of all with the light that I carry. Put that mantra into your heart, into your mind, into your breathing. Put it in your own words. Write it down, have it at hand whenever you need it, and utilize it in this month of many, many changes. You will feel also some sweeps of wind coming in that is of an uplifting nature. Moments where you say, oh, I didn't know that was possible. How did that happen? Moments where synchronicities line up and you see signs and symbols of what you are to do all around you. These will be accompanied by deep waves of confusion and those edges of fear we talked about earlier. But you have been doing your work, so you know in your heart there is truly nothing to fear. Everything, as Mary Magdalene says, is not to be feared because it is just an experience. And we are telling you from the Pleiadian perspective, each of those experiences does carry you to a higher and more connected recognition of who you truly are. You are energy. You are love. And you are, as you lose all the things of restriction, constriction, turmoil, confusion, separation, all the things that have survived in a planet full of greed and competition, as those things are lost, surrendered, set aside, you are going to be able to embrace, recognize, and remember. Oh, I remember how to heal myself. Oh, I remember how to achieve abundance. Oh, I remember how to have my community around me. These are things that you will remember, but the remembering comes after the emptying out of the old patterns. Now, the purification that you are undergoing now, and you will continue to undergo for a while, means that you have to let go of all the belief systems you have held close to your heart, even those that you feel are right and true. You need to put yourself into a position of, what is my heart telling me? What does my intuition tell me is true in this moment? That cannot be led or guided by your mind, for your mind is full of old patterns, and your mind is where fear lives. So if your mind says, I need a cookie because I'm upset, that's your mind talking to you. If you listen deeply, your heart will say, I need to walk in nature. I need to breathe. I need to remember who I am. I need to remember I am larger than this particular experience, and that as I remember this, my power grows and moves into higher aspects of who I am. All of these things are part of your homework assignment now for this month. February in your Gregorian calendar contains a day of love. We believe your understanding of this is that February the 14th is called a day of love. We would ask you to focus upon what you call Valentine's Day or the day of love every day this month. And remember, you are love. Everything you do comes from love. Every time you feel you are not loving, you are frustrated, you are angry, you are sad, you are hurting, your body is in pain. Every time you feel these things, pull out your mantra again. Say it to yourself out loud over again, and remember, I am a being of love, and love always expands to radiate its light out to be of service. This is who you are. This is who you are becoming more and more and more. Now we wish to address something that you are experiencing of a physical nature that is uncomfortable for you and for many downright painful. That is the incoming radiation that is twofold. You get radiation from the sun that is bringing in light to help your cells adapt, evolve, join together, and open all 12 strands of DNA for connection. A very good form of radiation. And you get a form of radiation that is harmful from the 5G satellites that are rotating increasingly around your planet. The combination of these, the negative with the positive, causes your poor physical forms to be confused and in pain. Many of you are having excruciating back pain, hip pain, sciatica, pain that radiates into your teeth, which are also bones. The bones of your structure are being affected by too much radiation. This will not last forever, and we ask you to consider it a purification process as you form the new foundation of who you are becoming as your future self. The 5G satellites are being addressed by Quantimo and the Arcturians, and you will not have to deal with them forever. It is a time of purification, and it will be intensifying for a while. So when you are in pain, When you are suffering and uncomfortable, remember that this too will change, for everything in your world changes. Changes, changes, change is a form of life, and pain will also change. Some days it will increase its volume, screaming at you, requiring you to go into your heart and remind yourself, I am a being of light. Other days it will lessen and allow you to get on with your third dimensional duties and chores. Be kind to your physical forms. Be gentle with yourselves. Trust the process and know that the light is helping yourselves to reconnect and remember how to communicate so that you can enter into periods of self-healing, and that will override the effects of the negative radiation from 5G. But there are also things that you can do physically, which we have mentioned multitudes of times. Get away from your smartphones. They are directly connected to 5G and they enhance the pain that you are feeling. So eliminate your smartphones. Spend limited amount of time on your computers and make sure that they are wired to Ethernet through your electricity rather than Wi-Fi, which also enhances the experience of pain and suffering. These are physical things you can do. Purchase protective devices such as blue shields and life vessels. These things will help you enormously, especially in this month and in the month of March. You will need these protections. These are physical things you can do. Feed your body foods that are light, foods that are nourishing, foods that are plant-based, and foods that bring in beauty and energy to your form, rather than things that are deleterious to your form, that are perceived as comforting or perceived to be as giving you sustenance. You do not do well these days, or never have, by eating something that has been killed. Animals' life are valuable as much as your own. So eating animal flesh is not good for you, especially now in these times of transition. Sugar, you already know, is the most addictive substance on the planet, and it tears holes in your light body and prevents cellular communication between your own cells in your own body and your ability to communicate with your star friends. So eliminate those and all the other things that are mentioned in Pleiadian Manual for Accelerated Evolution and Ascension, and bring your physical form some peace and some balance and some ease in this time of transition. Drink lots and lots of pure water. Eliminate any thoughts of anything that is fearful, negative, or worrisome. Bring in sounds of beauty, bring in sights of beauty, and be kind to one another. Remember, one of the highest things that you can do during this time is just to smile and be kind, no matter what else may be going on around you. As we said at the beginning of this conversation, this is a very tumultuous time where things are dissolving and falling apart, but it is also a very beneficial and exciting time where you are preparing to empower yourselves for all the wonderful things you are capable of. With this trust that we are instilling through our Pleiadian stardust, we leave you to move through the moments of this month with peace, with courage, with curiosity, with grace, with flow, with patience, and with love. We love you. Good always.
Check out our books, card deck, calendars, and articles at laarkmaa.com. This message was taken from one of our live calls. If you would like to join our future live calls, please join our email list at laarkmaa.com. That's LAARKMAA.com.